We got between 10 and 14 inches of rain in the 2 days, and so I know we got 8 to 10 inches of rain during the hurricane last night and this morning. So anyway, this thing is full to overflowing, and I'm gonna go ahead and empty it. But this is how much water the back garden yard had on it. And so we'll go see if it survived.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the back garden yard. Well, we survived Hurricane Helene, and the garden mostly survived. And I put a bucket out to collect the water just to see how much we were getting during the storm. And this was actually the amount that came the day of the storm. And that was 8 inches. I think you can see that here. It's 8 inches exactly. And then there was 4 inches that came the day before the storm. So we had 12 inches in less than 36 hours. So before we look at the garden, though, let's look back at the way it was forecast to come right through where the pen was pointing there is where it was supposed to come right through my property. But this was the band that came through first and gave us the first 4 inches. And luckily, the storm came through 40 miles to the right of where this track was showing. And so now I'm going to show you a couple things I did to prepare the garden for the storm before the storm. So be very patient, if you will, and we'll take a look at just how quickly I prepared the garden for this storm. So I've got to get the garden prepared. So what I'm doing today is I'm preparing the fall garden for a tropical storm that's coming through here. They're saying 4 to 8 inches of rain. So I've got a beautiful fall garden started, but all these plants here are going to need more dirt to support them, and they're also going to need some pine straw to mulch them to keep the rain from just beating them down. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm tilling the soil, and I'm getting a bunch of loose dirt here, as you can see. And then it's just like I'm going to take this cabbage and I'm going to put it around and support the plants with this loose dirt. It's going to take a minute to do it, but that's what I'm here to do today, is to prepare, because it's coming starting tomorrow night, which would be the 25th of September. And then on Thursday, the 26th, it is going to really come. So I have run my tiller through here, and I've got a bunch of loose soil, and I'm going to put it through these plants, and I am going to have them so that they can withstand 4 to 8 inches of rain, I hope. And as you notice right here, I've got them in beds, and they're way up high, so when the water floods, it's going to run up and down these rows, kind of like a Korean rice paddy. So I'm going to go ahead and put some pine straw, and I will show you how that looks once we put the pine straw on. You want to get the leaves up over the straw as best you can. That way then when the big raindrops hit them, they will be cushioned. Okay folks, you can see the angry clouds are gathering. So the great big storm, 4 to 8 inches of rain, is about to start. And I am ready
is ready as I can get this garden now. You can see that I've put the straw down in between the rows. So now it's 10:30 in the morning, September the 27th, and I've got my rubber boots on. See if I can wade through the garden after 12 inches of rain. And we'll go through here and we'll take a look and see how it survived. This is the first time I've seen it also. So here we are, and it does appear that just about everything has survived. You can see that there has been some erosion on the sides of these mounds, so when it dries out, I'm going to have to pick some of the dirt back up and push it back up around the outside of these rows. But here's the bok choy, just looking nice, ready to pick and eat. And here are the giant turnips, and they took a little bit of a beating. I'll show you over here, if I can walk through here. This particular plant here has just about washed out from just so much rain beating out on my mounds. But anyway, they're still looking pretty good. They did take a beating. Over here is the lettuce, and this lettuce now has grown a whole lot in just these 2 days, and a lot of this is ready for picking. And let's go over and take a closer look at that if I can. Yeah, so here's the lettuce, and once again it took a beating, but it's still alive and going to do fine. The Napa cabbage also has taken a beating. You can see the mottled look right here of the leaves just from being pounded by the big raindrops. There might have even been some hail in those raindrops, but they'll come back out and do fine because they're going to make heads of Napa cabbage. And then finally over here are the mustard greens, and they look really good. Once again, they took a little bit of a beating, but the only real thing I've got to do, and you can see it here, it's kind of like on a river where the sandbar washes. So I've got to go back through when it dries out and put more sand back up to support the plants on the edge, because it just about washed them out. Okay folks, well, I hope you see that you can survive a hurricane with your garden if you prepare it properly. And so if you enjoy videos like this, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.